where the ships at. Well, where the 52 Chevys at? Was there such a thing called 52 Chevy? And there was millions of them, I would guess. Where they at? Anyway, it says, I was ease 12 verse, Job 16 verse 12. I was at ease, but he has broken me asunder. He have also taken me by my neck. A yoke of iron shall be put about thy neck, right? So that's talking about slavery, and we're still in slavery, but the yoke about our neck are documents, our contracts. See, that's why Jake can't just get up and leave. You know, these comedic individuals, if they were so deep into that comedic stuff, they would go back to Africa. And you might say, well, what about you Israelites? Mind you, back in the land of Israel, because we're not supposed to be there, because the Lord's going to destroy that place and destroy America. And he has to have the elect here so he can deliver them from America and around the world. Because the elect is scattered around the world. But there are literally thousands of Jakes that had went back to the land of Israel and had children there. We're talking about, what, 3-4 generations of children. Because that group went back, Benjamin, he led a group to go to Africa. I believe it was Ghana, if I'm not mistaken. Then from there they went to Israel. But that we're talking about 68, 69 into the 70s, man. So all that comedic stuff, you know, is nonsense. That's why nobody listens to you guys. That's why that comedic stuff is dead. Anyway, it says, 12 verse again, Job 16 verse 12. I was at ease. Yeah, one time we was in our kingdom. And when we went to the western coast of Africa, and this is something that ISUPK doesn't teach. Well, you from Ghana, you a Hamite. Because they don't get deep. The scriptures speak about us. Give you one scripture, Deuteronomy 28 verse 64. It speaks about us being scattered, and there's many other scriptures that speak about us being scattered. So you mean to tell me they're not scattered? Israel's all over the place. Israel go to different countries and make that country great. All the greatness and great sports legends and you know, great people, you know, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Mike Tyson, Floyd Mayweather, just to name a few in the sporting world. We make things happen, man. I remember when prior to SUVs and Jeeps, a Jeep was a vehicle that you would just ride off-road. You go up into the woods and the mountains. Well, Jake made the Jeep urban. So you know what Esau does? Because Esau, this is what Tariq Nasheed said. He says that there's certain Edomites that all they do is study Jake. And they'll make things happen based upon what Jake does. So I'm just using the example of the Jeep. Jake took the Jeep, you know, the drug dealers and the ballers and the shot callers, old school. Anyway, they take the Jeep and they would urbanize it. They would make it somewhat to a luxury car. So that's when Esau said, wait a minute, man, let's make this Jeep thing a luxury thing. That's why you got the Escalade, you got the, all of these, you got what's called an SUV, Sports Utility Vehicle, which is based upon the Jeep. And then you got that from Jake. Anyway, let's read on, I'm sorry. It says, so even in this captivity, we have made it easy for us. Oh, let's look at Oklahoma. They had a special on it because it was a 100-year anniversary of that event. And Esau tore that place down because you know what? Jake was doing so good. Jake wasn't. They wasn't thinking about Esau. They were doing their own thing. So that's another thing you're gonna have to pay for. It says 12th verse. I was at ease. You know, you were doing good, but he hath broken me asunder. He hath also taken me by my neck and shaken me to pieces and set me up to his mark. So if you want to say that every time you come across the word mark, it all means the same thing. If you come across the word mark in the New Testament, it means the same thing in the Old Testament. So guess what? There goes your scripture. It says, and set me up for his mark. What is the mark? The mark of the beast. Now we know that that's not actually talking about that, but for you lazy Israelites out there that don't really go into words, you're not wordsmiths, you don't go into the etymon of the word, you don't know if the word is based upon a Hebrew word, a Greek word, a Latin word, you don't do no deep study. So now let's go into the precepts. First precept. It says Psalms 59 verse 5. Thou therefore, O Lord Yahweh, the Most High of hosts, the power of Israel. Why does it say in Psalms the power of Israel, the God of Israel? Because the Most High is dealing with the Israelites. He's not dealing with any other nation. And as for his judgment, they have not known them. Praise ye Yahweh. That's Psalms 147, 19 and 20. So that hasn't changed, vocab. Now vocab, Malone uses a term, there's a term called replacement theology. And that means that anytime you come across a Testament, it's really talking about the body of believers. So you can be an Edomite, but you're a spiritual Israelite. You can be a Moabite, but you're a spiritual. No, that's not talking about that. The Most High is dealing with the national Israel. Anyone who's lying goes back. I don't care if the guy looks like Dennis the Menace. If his father was grandfather, great-grandfather is a Jake or Gadite or one of the tribes, I don't give a damn what he looks like, man. That's a Jake. And you're going to have Israelites looking just like Edomites. It says, Psalm 59 verse 5, once again, it says, Thou therefore, O Lord Yahweh the Most High, the power of Israel, awake to visit all the heathen. Awake to visit all the heathen. Be not merciful